Welcome back for another video. It's Eharbad once more. We're back in Raid Shadow Legends. And we're actually going to do a little bit of tag team. Not too many. I'm pretty tired, to be honest. Haven't been hit that much on the defense, but not really winning anymore. I wonder if this is because offensive teams are getting stronger and stronger with the power creep, or just one of those weeks. In any case, we only have one team that's in a good point range, so let's just go in and try and fight them. If we have a look, there's no lockout across the board, so I don't need to worry about necessarily being faster. I have been using various teams, so let's just reset, and then we'll take it from here. I'll probably pick these three as the starting points, and then we will kind of make our decisions. We have two teams that have buff strips, so I definitely think I do want the Ultimate Death Knight against Sun Wukong. That overall looks quite good. Probably not going to use Hefrak against Double Force though. I'll definitely drop him. I quite like the idea of Narcisse against this team because we've got shields here, shield, etc., etc. Don't massively like triple magic against Harima, but they don't have increased defense, so that shouldn't be too bad. The first one here, we don't have any way of what do you call it? Protected buffs, that's it. And against Uko, I typically like protected buffs. Otherwise, Harima do have increased defense. Riho is kind of annoying. Let's drop the Candraphon for certain, and kind of tempted to flip that around like that, and then probably give myself a cleanse here. So probably, I don't think like I want Elva there, the cleanse. And then Elva also gives me a chance at protected buffs. Protected buffs from Duchess 1. We've got Harima there, and then we just need a third champion. We've got the Narcisse and Cora, and Goffred will be good against the Mortu. Gives me a chance to survive peril. So yeah, that's looking okay. We just need a little bit extra. I'd probably actually go with Lioris against Fight 3. I generally like Lioris against Mortu. That's not too bad. Also immune against the Provoke from Harima. Gives me a bit more damage. So that looks solid. Then Fight 1. Bit of a mystery as to who I should put in. But I think I might go with Staltus and just try and blow them away. Overpower. That's the plan. Right, let's buff ourselves up. And we will go for increased defense. I actually got resist. That's kind of annoying. I was hoping to get a bit of petrification going, but we didn't. Let's do our damage there. And hopefully we can go here. I'm going to... which one will I go for? I'll go for the A2 into the A3. And we're good. Job done. And we can just hit auto. Riho's not going to do anything. We've got block debuffs up. And that's Fight 1 done. So into Fight 2. I will buff ourselves. That gives us some protected buffs. We only got on 2 champions. I'm actually going to hold off. I think I'm going to hold off buffing. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Sun Wukong. Let me steal them. I actually stole Stone Skin as well. And Sun Wukong is currently dead, but he's going to pop back up in a second. Again, I'm going to hold off using my buffs. Let's try and decrease the attack. Now he steals Stone Skin back from me, which is kind of hilarious. We'll go for a nuke. And we'll just keep on going. I'm not going to revive. We'll pop back up, then we can buff ourselves. Go for a A1 there. Buff ourselves. I will increase my attack now. Sun Wukong should just go and hit Ultimate Death Knight. We survived. Steel buffs again. And I think we'll be alright. Sun Wukong is going to pop up. And he does steel again. And a Soul Root. I'm still not going to revive my Sun Wukong because I'm pretty sure we'll pop up now. Although annoyingly, we were frozen. This could go wrong now. Didn't know. We survived. Revive our Ultimate Death Knight. And go in. And there we go. We got the kill this time. Made hard work of it. At this point, I'm just going to buff myself. And I think I will go for the stun. And I'll go for the nuke. I'm quite happy for Mortu to try. I'm just going to A1 here with Joris. A1 again. We did trigger. Interesting enough, we triggered block buffs and then we still got it. It must have been a very weird sequence on that one. A1, decrease the cooldown. At this point, I'm just going to again A1. Not going as smoothly as as I was hoping so far. We can now go in for that. Let's revive Lioris. I thought he would probably do the block revive. And I thought Lioris would be a attractive target, having low HP. And he did go for him instead of Narcisse, which is what I was hoping for. And even if he went for Narcisse, I'd then have Lioris to try and kill him. So even if he had Peril, I thought having the 2 damage dealers would give me a little bit of better chance of winning, if you will. Right, we're at 1086. So let's find who has... they've all got decent scores for us to be fighting. Maybe we'll go for this one first. 1039. We do have a lockout. No speed lead. So I think we can go our speed team against their first team. With the second team, we'll probably use this. And then our third team will probably use that. I don't really want to use Romantu against Ancora and Right King. So I think I'll probably swap that around. And I think here we will go for Mithrala. I think would make most sense. And who else is good? I actually quite like that because I'll probably open with Hegemon. If they kill my monkey, then Hefrak will counter, and then otherwise I can cleanse myself and revive and buff with Duchess. So that looks good. This one, Gothred will help me survive 1 hit from that. Otherwise, Rotos that is. Otherwise, the duo should help me kill this team, particularly if that Duchess is in bolster, and then fight 1. Yeah, I think that kind of looks reasonable. Let's see how we get on. The important thing is here we have to win the speed race. We have to get their skills on cooldown. We have to block their passives. It's kind of all these things have to happen in this exact sequence. And then we have to kill them. So it all worked, but it kind of all had to line up. So one thing I really don't like about this speed team, there's like no redundancy. And that's partly because we're using Basher and we don't have a Warlord or Yumiko. Like Warlord Yumiko just, I feel like, opens up a lot of possibilities to run a different kind of speed lockout composition. Whereas Basher's a very one-dimensional champion, doesn't bring anything else. At least Warlord's got the healing, the block debuffs, which particularly for an Arbiter team is quite important. Anyway, right. Buff ourselves first of all. Here I'm actually just going to buff myself as well. And then go for an A2 nuke. I don't care about the passives because he ignores the passives. And then we make good use of our Harvest Despair on Elva. I can now use the stun, which will kind of nullify their Rotos. And because we A1'd with the Queen, we now have our A2 back again. We're just absolutely clobbering these teams. Decrease the cooldown again. It's so busted. It's just ridiculous. Like, why anyone thinks this is like any kind of balanced team. It's just nonsense. But anyway, and there we go. We have won that fight. And fight 3, they did do a very low damage. Let's buff ourselves, clear those off, and we should be able to get the block buffs out. And then we get the win because he counterattacked, killed Wukong, and triggered Efrag's passive. That was pretty much went exactly as we hoped that fight would. I quite like the pairing of Sun Wukong and Hefrak because, Wukong's whole thing is he dies, he's a glass cannon, and Hefrak's whole thing is nuking them when one of the allies dies, so it works quite nicely. What's another relatively low score, and then we'll work our way to some of the higher scores. The old Taras Marichka partnership. Let's go and fight them with our partnership here. There's a couple of options we could go for, and because this is more of an AoE damage, I wonder if I actually have champions built. What are we going to go for? We want a Suga and the old classic pairing, but I think it's actually in my Master Vault. Don't know if he's actually built, which is Vogoth. Does Vogoth have any gear? No, he doesn't. That's a shame. I thought this was going to be fun, basically, but that's not going to happen. So we'll go with Elva, I think, as having a second healer. Actually, I'll probably go with Pythian. I think is more sensible. We lose the increased speed, but I think overall this is a safer team composition. Double Guardian set there. And we got full Stone Skin on Pythian if it all goes horribly wrong in that nuke, because this is looking pretty stacked team. Then we got a speed team here. We need to lock out first. Don't massively like the look of this team, to be honest. I have a feeling that Yumiko could be extremely fast, to the point that I probably wouldn't actually go for this team. I think I'd more likely try and go for a slow team and see if I can get it done. Right, we definitely need Ultimate Death Knight against the Rotos, and otherwise quite like that. Not a massive fan of Hefrak against Ultimate Death Knight though. Never works that fantastically. So it's really just this last team, and is my Arbiter faster than their Yumiko? 6-star Yumiko. Oh, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that that it is. Oh, I don't think it is. Now, if we did flip this around and we went for Mithrala, who can kind of survive through that, then probably need Ultimate Death Knight to absorb their Sun Wukong. Means I don't have that here. Tricky. I can use Gothred against the Rotos instead. And what am I going to use as Nukas against this team? My normal go-to would either be Hefrak or Candrathon if I'm going to accept the lockout. Neither of them look like great propositions in this instance. Potentially Ragash could be usable since he buffs himself with the A1. Relatively low cooldown. I think we have to go with a Candrathon. And I think probably we have to go with a Hefrak. Maybe just go double Candrathon and just sort of hope. I don't like this team 3. I'm not usually someone who enjoys going for a hope strategy. I don't think that's a good way of doing it, but we'll try. We'll try with the double Candrathon. Like I said, I think it's kind of risky, but sometimes you got to try things. I'd probably just skip this team, but I think it's more fun to try and show lots of different potential ways of doing things. Let's buff ourselves up. Almost not worth me using the A2 at this point, to be honest. I think I might try an A1 him and just see if I can decrease his. Let's see, increase the cooldown of his skills, basically. We survived the nuke. Day 1. Heal ourselves back up. And now they've used their buffs, we can do the double hit. And we've got block debuffs, which is looking quite good. And we're not taking too much damage. Reduce the cooldown of our ability. There's no point even using the A2, it's not going to do anything. And we should be able to go again with Narcisse. We'll just double hit them again. Basically. At this point, I'm going to buff myself again. And they'll revive again. I will now, this time, I'll do the A2. Get my block debuffs back out again. Reduce the cooldown again. Nuke again. We've got to somehow get these to line up. They'll revive again. Like that. Look at the amount of HP getting destroyed. Oh, it's hilarious. And then we'll just nuke again. Oh, it's such a ridiculous partnership. Right, we'll just buff ourselves. At this point, the 3 stone skin, I'm just going to buff myself. We've got to steal some buffs, that's what we've got to do. No stone skin being stolen though, that's kind of annoying. I'm just going to A1, there's no point using my A2, and I'll hang on to that stone skin for another round. I can A2, I'll probably get a stun over here. Now I triggered my own, what do you call it? Let's just go for the A2. Barely a tickle. This is going to be quite tough. Let's A2. Do a bit of damage, but not a lot. Right, that is going badly. Duchess is getting absolutely slammed by the Rotos. This is kind of why I needed Ultimate Death Knight for this fight. I went a different approach, didn't I? increase our... No, we got feared instead. Fatal destruction. We do get the A2. Can I kill that Duchess? Not quite. Can I get the stun? I can. Steal the buffs. Duchess dead. Try and kill again. Oh, okay, we managed it. Goffred going again, and Hefrak wins. That was quite clutch. That was pretty close. Okay, so that started as we expected. I'm going to increase my damage. Now, hopefully we'll get the, what do you call it? But we didn't. That didn't go to plan. We kind of needed petrification. I need to kill... Probably... And kind of this is the problem. I need several people to be killed. I probably need to go after Yumiko as well. I'm trying to sort of kill several people simultaneously. Right, let's just A1. And now we should be able to kill you. Buff ourselves. See if I can take down the Yumiko, because I just need to get my skills back, basically. Okay, that didn't go so well. Yeah, this is exactly what I was worried about. I basically, I should have just gone with my speed team. I think it would have had more chance. I've got no way of reviving, so even if I do, create a bit of space, yeah, that's done. Okay, so that was a bad choice on fight 3, but fights 1 and 2, I think went pretty smoothly, even though there were some pretty strong teams in that. 1054. Do we want to fight this? I mean, it looks kind of obscene. But, I'm trying to fight everyone, so let's give it a go. Right. What are we going to do? We're going to go... Fight 1, I think, is kind of a classic, kind of goes second. I need my speed team against fight 2. I basically need Roman 2 on that. And then fight 3, I will probably bring in my duo against... Works well against Rotos and Siphi. And Pythian, generally quite decent. Yeah, I think this is just that's a tough team. I mean, they've got no way of cleansing, so I could just go for a full stone skin team. There is that. And my my full stone skin preference is a little cheeky Candraphon, although I could just do Candraphon Hefrak. That's double stone skin. I wonder if Turvold will just kill through them, but maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Fight 2, I think that's the correct team. Now, fight 3. Do I want Gothred? Not massively. I've only really got Rotos as a damage dealer. I think I want Ultimate Death Knight in that instance. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I've got a lock debuffs and a cleanse. I could go Pythian, but I want the increased speed. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's see how this goes. Fight 1. I'm going to open with adding the Strengthen and Shield. I need to survive their nuke. Strange team, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be faster. I'm going to keep my Stone Skin. I'm only going to go with an A2. I'm not going to self-buff. And it looks like we're just going to have easy clap this team. That will revive someone. Strange choice. And yeah, I'll just auto. That was quite straightforward. It was a weird team. I couldn't really understand. I thought maybe they did crazy damage and they could even potentially nuke through my stone skin, but then they weren't even that fast. Anyway, everyone's skills on cooldown. Try and block all the passives, and we really need a big nuke here. Not really big enough, but we can circle back round. And we're going to want to get decreased defense on Duchess, and then A2. There we go. Then we got the kill, and let's see, can we take down this crazy team? Whole lot of buffs. Buff ourselves, and we've got the ultimate Death Knight. Do you want to take any more extra turns? Well, let's just A2. That did a lot of damage. God, the Narcisse is just so overpowered. It's just ridiculous. Let's just buff ourselves. Oh, they stole or removed all my buffs. That's pretty harsh, but yeah, it doesn't matter. What are you going to do now? Go on, just do something. There you go. And didn't actually kill you. Never mind. Do that. You should revive someone soon. Not yet. Let's just A1. Increase their cooldown. And just A1. Going. Buff ourselves. And A2 again. This time we win. They just made us work for it a bit more. Just do a bit more damage with the OP King Narcisse. And I think that is going to be enough fights for this video. We are, the 27-minute mark. And yeah, I think that's a reasonable account. I'll probably just leave it there. I'm safe enough. I'm not bothered about promoting. Can't really be bothered to deal with Gold 4. Happy enough just to sit in Gold 3. Does the job quite nicely these days. Yeah, and that's it for this video. So as always, thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.